Well, the polls are tightening, and tonight the final presidential debate is in the books. Governor Mitt Romney surged in the polls after the first debate, but the president made a comeback last week. So where do we stand now after the third and final debate? Tonight, in our Vote 2012 coverage, we'll break down some of the most important exchanges between the two candidates. We'll also talk to political expert David Petrusha to see what he thinks of tonight's debate. And we'll take a look at what some of you thought of the debate online. First off, Brandon Lewis watched tonight's debate closely. He joins us live in the studio. And Brandon, the president and the governor took each other to task a number of times. What do you have for us?
They did, Greg. They certainly did. Tonight's debate is significant in that it was the last exchange for the two candidates to talk it out and speak with a wide audience. Romney's background is not in foreign policy, so at one point we saw him shift topics over to the economy. Meanwhile, Obama came out on the offensive. With Election Day just 2 weeks away, both candidates came to show their strategies on foreign policy.
I have to tell you that your strategy previously has been one that has been all over the map and is not designed to keep Americans safe or to build on the opportunities that exist in the Middle East.
Well, my strategy is pretty straightforward, which is to go after the bad guys, to make sure we do our very best to interrupt them, to kill them, to take them out of the picture.
As attention turned to America's place in the world, Romney used it as a chance to get to his strong suit of the economy.
2/3 of our jobs come from small businesses. New business formation is down at the lowest level in 30 years under this administration. I want to bring it back and get back good jobs and rising take-home pay.
Well, let's talk about what we need to compete. First of all, Governor Romney talks about small businesses, but Governor, when you were in Massachusetts, small businesses development ranked about 48th, I think, out of 50 states in Massachusetts.
Moderator Bob Schieffer then brought attention back to the debate's topic of foreign policy, focusing on the budget for the military.
Our Navy is smaller now than any time since 1917. The Navy said they needed 313 ships to carry out their mission. We're now down to 285. We're headed down to the low 200s if we go through with sequestration.
You mentioned the Navy, for example, and that we have fewer ships than we did in 1916. Well, Governor, we also have fewer horses and bayonets because the nature of our military has changed. We have these things called aircraft carriers where planes land on them. We have these ships that go underwater, nuclear submarines. And so the question is not a game of battleship where we're counting ships. It's what are our capabilities?
Now, from the start, both candidates essentially declared victory. Romney had his chance to turn to the economy and touted his plan. Obama, meanwhile, focused on troop pullout in Afghanistan and Iraq. He'll now spend the next 2 weeks driving that message home, especially to the undecideds in the swing states. The closing statement they gave tonight essentially gave us a good preview of that message. For now, in the studio, Brandon Lewis, CBS 6 News.